Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to go over the most impactful version of numerology in the world. So the most impactful version of numerology, if you want to know your fate, you want to know what describes you the most, you want to know what your natural skill sets are, you want to look at Vedic or Chaldean, however you pronounce it, numerology. That's going to be the best version by far, is the Eastern. Pythagoras learned from the Easterners and then switched some of their stuff to facilitate for the West. I'm not arguing that Pythagorean isn't accurate, that's actually what I started with myself, and I would never actually disrespect Pythagorean numerology whatsoever. I give readings on it. I think it's very, very accurate as well. It's a very fine science that is beyond our comprehension, and it would be impactful to even sit down and talk to Pythagoras when he actually created this. Nonetheless, we are only practitioners now, and from researching different versions of numerology, by far the most accurate when it comes to consistency, names, birthdays, and detail regarding birthdays is by far the Chaldean. Now, the reason I say this is for a few reasons, which I'll illustrate in this video. The Pythagorean numerology will give you your life path, personality number, soul number, expression number, maturity number, birth number, pinnacles, challenge numbers, all of this stuff, right? Bridge numbers, like there's a whole bunch. It's cool. But for somebody that's not looking to become an expert in numerology, but they want to know how to use it to fix their life, I would argue that the Chaldean version of numerology is much better suited because it's much more condensed, which in turn means it's a lot easier for one to learn and then see how it applies to their life very directly. Now, the reason I say that is that we have 5 core numbers in our Pythagorean numerology, but then there's a whole bunch of secondary and third energy numbers that you have to look at to then see the full picture of what you're working with. Even with the things like the life path, in Pythagorean, they'll say you have a single-digit life path number, karmic debt life path number, or master number. Cool. But that's not exactly true in respects to the compound number that makes up your life path. You can arguably say that compound number that makes up your life path is going to differentiate you between another person that's, let's say you're a life path 1, but you're a 28/1. If you're talking to somebody who's a 10/1, they're going to have a very different experience than you. They may have the same challenges and things that they have to learn via being the 1, but the way in which they get to that is going to be very, very different. The 28 has to learn more diplomacy and business settings, whereas the 10 person just has to learn about karma and overall luck. Very big difference. So when we look at it from that perspective, we then begin to realize, okay, your Vedic number or life path number in the Eastern numerology is a lot more accurate because it's telling you exactly what your life path is fatalistically, yes, but it's also telling you how to achieve it via the compound numbers. Then you get onto the names, where in which they decided not to put 9 in their alphabet, as 9 is considered a holy number. I can understand that, as 9 is a number of finality, and there's the 9th dimension, which is considered heaven. So looking at all of these perspectives, you then begin to realize, okay, if you are somebody who's looking to get the right name, then there's a couple of reasons why that would be correct. For one, they have the original alphabet based off sound vibrations. They're not doing things randomly or in sequential or like gematria. They're actually doing it in a sense of, here's what each letter resonates with and vibrates with in a numeric code. So it's a lot more accurate. And then on top of that, you're also getting 2 different variations of your name. You get your full name, which they call the life theme number, very important. I've talked to a few mentors regarding Chaldean numerology, one in Hungary and another one in India, that was my original teacher. And they both said that the Chaldean, the way they distinguish your name, is so important and so vital to people because they can change their lives by knowing the Chaldean knowledge based off sound vibration. What they said is this: the full name is going to be your life theme, yes, absolutely. Your full name will have a life theme number that's going to affect you in different variations of ways. For instance, I have a life theme number of 77, which would minimize to like 14/5, right? Cool. So the 14 is all about fact-based communication, what I'm giving to you guys right now, and then speculative marketing, which I do on the side, which is like cryptocurrency. So that shows that I'm actually following that, and I've had a lot of luck doing it, and I've experienced growth as a result because I went with my life theme number. I'd arguably say you can use your expression number for the same thing, but here's where things get a little bit different. You can go as far as to change your luck very much immediately within a day with Chaldean numerology because you then can understand what numbers get along. They give you a full list of compatibilities and enemy numbers, And then they explain to you why based off their planetary influences. After which, you then can understand that, okay, if my birth, my life path number, and my name number get along, then I'll have overall good luck. So instead of changing the name that you have on your birth certificate or trying to go about changing your name in the governmental way, what you can do is, like, my name is Shem Roy, that vibrates to 27/9 in Chaldean, but I go by Shem, which is 17/8. My life path is 17/8. So that's the thing, right? You start to realize that you have a lot more symmetry with the name that you go by the most. That has the most resonance with your life. They believe that the name you go by the most actually is so polarizing and so powerful that it actually overwhelms even the boundaries of the life path and the birth number. The birth number, as they call it, the psyche number, actually just controls what's up here, your mental acumen. And then the life path number, the Phaedic, meaning fatalistic, controls the algorithm that you're on and then how you're supposed to achieve your life path ultimately. Because that life path is just a teacher, it's a master to you, it's your sensei. But the real essence of you is what you've chosen from your heart naturally to go by. But the reason this is a matrix, or this is an algorithm that you can sort of hack via Chaldean numerology, is because you can just change the name you go by if it doesn't have a lot of resonance. Let's say I want to get into something like politics, or want to get into like architecture, construction, personal fitness. I would just change my name from Shem to probably Roy. I have Shem Roy, but I just go by Roy instead. Roy would give me the opportunity to then have a 10/1 as a name number, which would put me as number 1 in those fields. Much more easier and give me a stronger immune, a stronger structure. And overall, just give me a different feeling and resonance when I go in a room. So with understanding this stuff, they make it so it's very, very simple for you to hack your life, and you understand exactly what fate has in store for you based off the data that they've collected. Now, I would say Pythagoras has not misconstrued this information, but he's extrapolated what he wants and then put it into his own science that he views as competent or as correct. So I can't argue it. It's whatever you guys actually prefer. I'm more of a bridge. I want to bridge all the ideologies to you guys so you can actually play with it, see it for yourself, and then see how it applies to your life, and then you can measure the accuracy based off of your own personal experience. Because this is just my experience. I'm not an expert over you. We're all here learning on this planet. We're all the same. We're all even. So it's a matter of you actually taking this knowledge and then experimenting with it and playing with it yourself, and I'd love you guys' feedback on this. But in my opinion, the Chaldean numerology is by far the most impactful and the most accurate when it comes to learning about oneself and then learning about one's fate. So if you ever want like a Chaldean numerology reading, you can go through me, yes, but you can also do it for yourself by going on different sites like Astrology Future Eye. They have a Chaldean section there where you can actually go calculate your name number, use your full name and then use the name that you go by and then see what type of resonance that has. There's Astrology as well that also does the same exact thing. It shows you what your name vibration is, and then it has a whole listing of what the definitions of those names are. So you can see what the compound definition is, the single digit definition, and you can see how that's impacted your life. If you have questions regarding the cohesion between your name and birth and life path number, you can leave that for me. I do know that. There's other sites as well I can refer you to, but it's a bit sticky, like to get through the database, get through that information. So if you just want a fast response, just hit me up in the comment section. I'll do my best to get to all of you. But aside from that, guys, just a short message for today. My opinion on the most accurate version of numerology. If you guys want to contest it, I'd love to hear it. I'm not here to debate you guys. I'm here to actually learn from you guys as well. But I'd love to hear what you guys think of this. So thank you guys so much for your time and for watching this video fully. And I'll see you guys the next time. Peace.